The middle child, she was real, always real talkative, always wanted to show you something. And you get to the point to where I want to show you something, and then you be feeling like they're gonna show you something real good, and then you realize that they wasted like 15 minutes of your life because of your life, the thing that they showed you was absolutely nothing. But you gotta sit there and you gotta cheerlead and oh, you did a good job, this and that, but then you talk to your spouse and you be like, this child just wasted 15 minutes of my life.
That was bunk.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing. Yeah.
That's hilarious, but you just can't let on, though.
Yeah, you can't let on, because you got to encourage them, you get the, and I told, my wife, we was talking, they bring the little drawings home and you put them on the refrigerator and, it ain't good. It's ugly, but you encourage her. Oh, that's great. You put it on the refrigerator, and so
proud of you.
Yeah, so proud of you. So every time they see it, it made the refrigerator.
Oh man!
But you saying to yourself, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
He ain't right. Well, welcome back to another fresh episode of the Daddio Show. Usually I shout and scream when I say that, but the house is still sleeping. It's early in the morning. I'm Harding Ison-Bowman, here to welcome you. Thanks for joining me on this podcast. This is the Daddio Show weekly podcast series, and the reason I created this podcast was to help fight the damages of fatherlessness in our community. So, excuse me. This one is a special episode entitled "The Things I've Learned from Black Fathers." So enjoy. Much love to you guys. Hope this brings some healing to your heart, because that's the whole point of the whole podcast. And I wanted to just curate this mashup episode to give you guys some of the more powerful snapshots. As I lean into the joy and expectation, preparing to become a father in the next week or two myself. Wife is about to deliver here. June 12th is the due date, I believe. This is being recorded June 3rd. So these men that you're about to hear from have been some of my greatest mentors and teachers, preparing me, helping me. It wasn't about me becoming a father. It was about our community and the need for those strong father voices in our communities. But I'll forever be grateful to these guys for pouring into me. I'm the one who benefited the most from the podcast, because I got to see firsthand, I got to ask the questions and benefit and just be across the table from some amazing human beings. And I'll always appreciate that. I plan on going back to these episodes as I reach different milestones and struggles and just need some support as I become a father and go along that journey. So this will always be here for me. It'll always be here for you. We're up to episode 27 now, I think. So I've got white dudes, black dudes. I've got one Persian dude, my buddy Amir. I need some, to increase the diversity in the portfolio of the Daddio Show, For me, diversity has grown in my life because of my mission, right? The fatherlessness thing, the young men out there between the ages of 14 to 24 who didn't have a stable mentor or father figure in their lives. This is healing and mission work for them on behalf of them. So as I've been introduced to different people and expanded my circle in pursuit of this mission, my viewpoint has grown more diverse. So maybe for you, it's just trying to, try out a different church. Maybe for you, it's trying to meet people to help you propel your personal mission in life. There are different pathways to, increasing the diversity that you see and touch and feel in your everyday and weekly life, to get you and your family around different influences, to increase your empathy, to up your empathy score. So there's different ways to do that. For me, it's been mission driven. Some of the guys on this podcast, I may not have met them if it hadn't been for, who do you know that I should be interviewing on this podcast next? And it just happened that there are, a good amount, almost half, maybe 50% of the guys who I've featured on my podcast have been black guys. So it's just worked out that way. I'm super proud of all of them. catch all the full episodes on the channel. I'll hush now. And next up, I believe it's Jeremy Taylor. So enjoy the rest of the episode. Much love. See you guys.
Together, even at his age, because although people may think that it doesn't matter to him, that he doesn't really understand it, he does. He absolutely understands it. He absolutely sees what happens in the kitchen, how we prepare dinner, how we sit down, how we talk to one another, how we pray over our meals. He sees all that. And so that wasn't really something that was a part of my life at a young age. And I want that to be something that is consistent in our house, starting now and always.
I reward when you do well.
That's awesome.
You're supposed to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you go out and say, oh, you got all A's. They're supposed to bust their butt at school. I tell her, if you go to school and you have a math test, and I know you studied all weekend long for that test, but yet you come home with a C, I would not be mad at you because I know you gave it your all.
Yeah, right.
Now, if you didn't study and you went there and you got a C, I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased with that.
Yeah.
You could have done better if you applied yourself.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was interesting about being a dad is your kids come out with their own personality. And I didn't realize this until, I got to this point. But like my daughter, my oldest daughter, she has always been, a little bit shy. She's, she kind of sticks to her own. She's really loyal. Like once she believes in something, there's no change in her mind on it. And even like when she was a baby, like you could tell, and so her personality has grown up with her, but it's always been who she is. LB's the same way. Like he's always been kind of a conservative kid. Like he's the kid that's on the monkey bars looking down like, are you sure? Like, so,
You're telling me this is a good idea.
Yeah. And I think like as he ages, he's continuing to grow within that, which is a whole another set of issues that we have to tackle.
Enjoying it so far? I hope so. So those first few clips were fatherhood experiences, firsthand. As a dad, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what I'm learning, this is what's working well. And on the back half here, the next three are going to be more explicitly fatherhood training and speaking to the purpose of the podcast. Fatherhood, let's level up our fatherhood game. Let's also reach out and bless those who are fatherless and young. Do you have any words for dads that are in that younger category, what they maybe need to hear that they're not hearing from society?
That last segment of, know that there's help.
Yeah.
Know that there's people that are willing to cheer you on. And that there are legit resources and places you can go. I mean, within our organization, we have an initiative that focuses on fatherhood.
Yeah.
And so the Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative, check it out. It's led by a great guy named David Cozart and Lee Shepard. Those guys they want to have those conversations. Sometimes it's fire and ice where Lee's going to have the nicer conversation with you and David's going to get in your face. But again, the ultimate goal is to raise better daddies.
In the case of fathers, I think those young men who are old enough and feel strong enough, who recognize that there's a gap that they think is too big between them and their father, be the man, or be the first man, and you close it, or you try to close it. You give him a chance, and but if he slams it, you can feel good about knowing you tried.
Yes.
But if you
there's no regret there.
There's no regret there.
Yeah.
You tried. But if you can't say you tried, if all you can do is say, we don't have a good relationship.
Yeah.
He's distant. We don't talk. And you say, well,
a lot of assumptions.
Did
there.
you try?
Yeah.
You said, well, I called him once, nobody answered. Is that really trying?
Yeah.
Can you do better than that?
Yeah.
What's a real, heart risky effort that you can make that shows that you're the one. You laying down the gauntlet first, and you taking a big step and saying, I humble myself before you because I value this thing we don't have, and I want to make it better. Your turn to respond.
Yeah.
And that most decent human beings will respond to that kind of overture.
Yeah.
And my father did. I mean, we had a lot of great laughs by the end of his life.
What can you say to speak some life into those younger people who are dad deprived right now? What do you want to say to them to maybe help them kind of have an improved vision of themselves?
Yeah. That whatever is going on, whatever the situation is, that if with their father, if their father is not there, that for one, they're not to blame for it. You young man are not to blame for the absence of your father. You young man, love your mother strongly, but you young man also have the potential to still be all that God has called you to be. You got great purpose in you, even if your father's not there physically. And also know, young man, that wherever your father is, if he's not there, there is something in him that is shaped like you, that he is thinking about you more than you know. He's thinking about you likely on a daily basis. And if he screws up, he's thinking about you. When he's trying to do better, he's trying to do better for you. And perhaps one of the reasons he's not there is not because of you, it's because of him and who he knows he's yet to become. And he wants you to see him complete, and he doesn't want you to see him incomplete. And so the reason he's not there is there may be some reasons he's not there. He wants you to see him as the best man he can be, because he wants you to be, really, he actually wants you to be a better man than him, and he loves you. Yeah.